Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and we are having new season on our hands tomorrow. The sun is going to enter into Libra, so this is going to be Libra season, and it's from the 22nd of September, meaning tomorrow is going to the sun is going to transit in Libra at 2:20 p.m. I'm sorry, so at the afternoon. Yep, and it's gonna make its transit through Libra in 1 month. So October 22nd, almost midnight, 10 to midnight, the sun then is going to enter in my star sign, which is Scorpio. And the forecasts tonight are gonna be about the season and what the season is going to be for the star signs, how this season is going to affect star signs, and what tendencies they are going to have. A note before I start, this week's videos, they are going to, the weekly videos, they're going to come a bit late. I'm going to upload them tomorrow. Reason being is that I still don't have internet. Apparently, it's kind of like a major malfunction, okay? Um, and for what we're told, the technicians are scrambling to fix it. It's expected to be fixed tomorrow. Hopefully, that's going to be the case. But anyway, I do have it covered. Tomorrow, I'm going to go on a different place where there is an internet, and I'm going to use it to upload the videos. Hello, Taco. Glad that you're going to be around, mate. Hello, News Devon. I am. I am. Aside from not having an internet, things are going well. Right, so the first thing that I'm usually doing, and there will be no difference right now, is the collective reading. So let me shuffle the cards and let's have a look what this season is going to be about. Right, the first card for the season, that will be the Chariot. The second card for the season is the Queen of Cups. And the third card for the season, that will be Page of Cups. Right, so these three cards. This is going to be very colorful season. The reason being is that a lot of stuff are going to be happening throughout the next 30 days, give or take. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that this energy, so to speak, that it is shown through these cards is going to play on different fronts. It's going to play on the intimate front. It's going to play on the business front, on the personal, enterprising or enterprises kind of front. And long story short is that this is the season of triumphs, especially triumphs that are marking a personal challenges, a challenges that's it's kind of like we are stubborn to chase, and we just don't kind of like give up on the idea that eventually, you know, we will end up being victorious, regardless whether the odds are stacked against us or not. And this is going to be the season in which we will be able to triumph over the odds and basically establish a long-term prosperity into our lives. That is that is going to be more prominent when it comes to business and when it comes to uh, a personal enterprises, personal endeavors. On the intimate front, this season will emotionally connect us with someone, or is going to improve the emotional connection we do have with someone, say your spouse. And as a result of that, there will be new activities which we will opt to experience with either our spouse or with the person that we end up being emotionally connected with. And these activities may be a bit too rush, and it will happen to be a bit too rush, and therefore we may end up having a conclusion that things are going better than they actually are. And while we may end up kind of like going ahead of ourselves in the next 30 days, and at some point even ending up a bit disappointed that we thought, things are going very well, but it actually turns out that there is still some predicaments here and there. The ultimate result of this improvement is going to be rather quite positive. So positive, in fact, that will give us the confidence to make a long-term plans when it comes to our romantic life. So overall, really nice and good season ahead of us, a month in which whatever is going to be your specific case, regardless whether you are Libra or Sagittarius or Gemini, for example, there is going to be an emotional fulfillment by the end. I'm sorry, whether through the accomplishments, the personal accomplishments and personal achievements, personal triumphs, or whether through the emotional attachment that we're going to have with a someone around us. So that was the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 readings, just like this one, for each star sign. And I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. And if you happen to enjoy the show, you can support it by subscribing for the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel the need to do so. And if you think that this video may help someone you know, you can also share it with them as well. Other than that, if you do wish to support the channel financially, you can do so using Super Chat or PayPal. The PayPal link you can find in the description down below, and anyone who does so, anyone who donates, will have a reading at the end of the stream that is going to be a personalized reading. And should your donation carries no inquiry with it, then the reading is going to be what that season is going to be for you, how the season will play out for you personally, rather than just generalized for the star signs. And if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can also go to my website, which again, link you can find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see full list of my services and also their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Now, with that being said, Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And also Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. And MT, thank you for the $20. Thank you. Let me put you girls and Taco into the list. And when I'm done with the star signs, you will receive your personalized readings. Come on. Okay. So with that said, right. So with that said, the first star sign that I'm going to read for, this is going to be Aries. You can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the illustration and the glyph being displayed right there. So let me shuffle for Aries. Right, the first one, Eight of Swords. Uh, the Hierophant, and then is Two of Swords. So these three cards. It's a kind of a peculiar energy. A peculiar energy. Give me a minute. My nose is itchy. This season, well, for you, Aries, this season is going to be a confirmation that you are moving in the right direction, especially when it comes to your business and your job, or in case you are looking for work. It will be a confirmation that you are looking in the right place, or at least about the right subject. But in what area in your life this energy is going to apply? It is the area which you recently changed something, and in the area where you had to kind of get over yourself and push yourself to do something. Like if you aren't used to, I don't know, to travel different town to get a job. Okay, this is the area where that energy is going to apply. Basically, a difficult to to delve into kind of like area that it is it feels forceful. Okay, at least for you. And throughout this season, you're gonna start seeing that actually it was a right thing for you to do to step outside of your comfort zone, because this is gonna open up a lot of options available in front of you. And in fact, will be a state of life that will give you quite of an answers that you may be seeking right now, and it will bring as well a lot of equilibrium into your life. So it's going to normalize the different fields that may be interacting with each other, and also this this season though will not gonna go easy on the communication, at least for you. And more often than not, it will happen that people just can't fathom you, can't fathom why you're doing one thing or another, can't fathom why you are into one thing or another, or into one person or another, can't fathom why you are that way, you know, why you're chasing that goal, or why aren't you chasing that goal, and whatever you're doing. Don't bother explaining, except if these are a very, very close people to you. And if you try to explain, make sure that your explanation can be comprehended by, I don't know, 5 years old child. Otherwise, you won't be able to be understood by anyone. But a specific case for you, Aries, for these 4 weeks, it is that key circumstances are going to take place which are going to give you an answer you're seeking, whether someone loves you or not. You may be baffled right now and can't answer that question you have for yourself. Well, through the circumstances in these 4 weeks, it will become clear whether that person loves you or not, whether you're going to get the job or not, whether you can move or not. And this will dictate what is going to be your next action, your next move, and even your next cycle of development. Right, so that was for Aries. Next is Taurus. Hello, Libra Prime. Welcome to the stream. Eight of Swords again. This time with the Ace of Pentacles. Hello, Christina. And then it is the Devil. Well, no, I am maybe infamous for not sugarcoating things, and I don't have many good things to say for your season. So what the season is going to be remembered for, at least according to these cards for you, Taurus, are missed opportunities. Well, not exactly missed, but more like closed opportunities. So basically what these cards are saying here is because of self-imposed restrictions, like whether you don't want to work with someone, whether you don't want to go out with someone, okay, whether you don't want to move to that exact place, you are going to close your option or close your door for a rare opportunity to further your goal, to make money, to have a harmoniously flowing relationship, to be at a place where you can experience happiness and content, and in generally to fulfill your yearnings, to fulfill your needs. Obviously this can be fixed, and what you need to do is just take down those self-imposed limits. So be open for everything that is thrown your way as an opportunity, and also as a means to an end, and as a situation. That is what it's going to take. Once you do it, then you can take advantage of this rare opportunity that will be presented to you in these 4 weeks, and basically make money or make love, or just be happy and be satisfied and fulfilled, because all of your needs, they are going to be fulfilled in that particular case. Okay, that was Taurus. Next, Gemini. Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. So the process for you in this season is going to start by you being very unhappy, whether with yourself or with the job that someone that is close to you is doing toward you, but primarily with yourself. That you're not as your pace is not as quick as has to be or as you may think should be. And so what this is going to lead to, and is going to boil down to, at least according to these cards, are some very, very bold moves, which bold moves are going to reward you with a very gainful opportunity, that which opportunity will be within the framework of your dream. So basically what boils down to it is that you are going to make a very brave step toward fulfilling a wish or a dream of yours, and at least the very first results, the results that you can expect within these 4 weeks, are to be positive. To find a lover, to find a job, you know, or just to find a big client, whatever your dream is. And this fulfillment will have a lot of, how can I put it into words? Will have a lot of room for you to grow. What I mean is that through that process, you will learn whether new skill, whether some talent you will develop that you always had, but you never needed, and that's why you just didn't feel the need to develop that talent. The downside of all that is that your day-to-day routine will become rather very chaotic. And at least at first, it's going to feel like you are always working from the second gear rather than the first one. It's like you're always behind and always have to catch up. And this catch up is done with some risky and quite drastic moves here and there. Well, that will be beside the point, because the results are going to be with merit, and no one will be able to deny that, basically. So major improvement through, again, a gainful opportunity which is created by quite of a risky and very, very brave moves of yours, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Okay, next, Cancer. Ace of Cups, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles. This will be the season of hope renewal, or the return of thy hope. Think of it that way. And this is just example, okay? I'm not saying that you personally went through that, so I'm trying to give you an example here to convey a point. Think of it that way. Think of a person that had it so bad in love that they just lost hope that they are ever going to experience love again. And should that be you, and you are Cancer, oh, you will. And this season, it's the renewal of a hope. It's the time, it's the 4 weeks in which the empty place in your heart is going to be filled back again. And nothing will look the same when seen through that overflowing joy. Basically, you will transcend into daily reality, into day-to-day routine, and that routine will be something you will freaking love it, or at least you're just gonna grow to love it. So what can you expect? You can expect quite a successful and lucrative business deals, business maneuvers, job, for example. If you have lost hope that you are ever gonna work for money, you can expect quite of a committed love. If you have lost hope that you're ever gonna find love, and as a result of it, you are gonna have a harmoniously flowing relationship. The downside is that you gotta give it all. This isn't something that you just think about it and you are conservative and very measured towards it. You either go all in with it or you don't bother at all. Just don't bother. Or at least according to the cards, you will miss a lot if you don't catch on this hope renewal. You will definitely gonna miss a lot, and you may not have that chance like ever again. So you might as well try. Okay, next, Leo. Knight of Cups, the Emperor, Knight of Wands, so you, Leo, will have quite of a difficult time with those around you. This season is going to be the season of annoyance, if I may put it that way. So what happens here is that throughout the season, you're going to have the urge to do something about your wishes, to do progress into the stuff you wish to develop. Like, I don't know, if you have a wish to write a book, then in this department you will do something about it and you will make a good progress. Or if you do wish to travel, same thing. So it's all about you know, your the dreams of your heart right now. Just like the Knight of Cups is holding the cup in front of him and follows it. The cup represents, you know, what makes you feel fulfilled, what is your wish, what is your hope, and you will have the urge to follow it and do whatever you can about it. And the reason for it is because you will very accurately determine that these 4 weeks, things doesn't happen because you are meant to, things doesn't happen because one or the other deserves or they are willed to. They happen because you can make them happen. Okay, that is the 4 weeks within which luck will have nothing to do with anything. Your results are going to be reciprocal to your effort. So if you give colossal effort, you're going to get colossal results. So you might as well put these efforts into stuff you love and into stuff you wish to happen to you. And why this is going to be an issue? Well, because everyone, almost everyone around you, will find it very immature, or rather like you're wasting your time and you aren't attending to important and interesting matters. And therefore these people, close people of yours, are going to give you a hard time. The very least, they will want to have nothing to do, and they will not going to want to involve themselves into these affairs of yours, and thus you just can't expect to receive any help if you do need it. But the worst will be that you are going to be considered what is the word here, like disinterests, immature, and with a lack of sense of responsibility. That is what you're going to be named. It comes from that elemental dignity here. That is what people will think, that you are trying to avoid a responsibility, and that you are actually handling and attending to irrelevant matters. And that may be true. They may be relevant for your sibling, but they're not irrelevant to you. Not by a long shot. And that's why you're going to be very annoyed. Just because people doesn't leave you alone for a single second to do something that is going to be good for you. Okay, next one, Virgo. Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, Six of Wands. So overall, this is going to be a really good season for you. You will have some acquisitions, like rewards, bonuses, recognition as well. But they will be whatever. It's like you wouldn't be very impressed of yourself, at least not at first, because uh, somewhere throughout these 4 weeks, you're going to start thinking about some possibilities that you are missing right now. And the more the time progresses within the season, the more you are going to be fixed upon these possibilities, which are heretofore unexplored. Simple as that. And so the more and more you're going to put attention in there, and at some point you're going to start exploring these potentials. And so the rewards and also the recognition that you are going to receive throughout these 4 weeks for the job well done, for your presence, and just for what you're saying, are going to be whatever for you, because you wouldn't be interested in them right now. And that's going to be a bit of a mistake, because these rewards you're going to get, they are going to serve as a milestone from which you can just step in and go for more. So what is going to be the smart thing for you to do is put a bit for a bit on hold these possibilities that you're trying to explore, and consolidate on the rewards, consolidate on the appraisal. Even if you have to acquiesce with something, consolidate on the bonus, consolidate on the recognition that you are the woman or the man for the job. And once you consolidate on them, then go back and explore the potentials that you haven't explored up until this point. And that way, even if things doesn't work out with these possibilities, you are going to have something to go back to. That is going to be the smart way to play around. Because with the Tower next to the Queen of Pentacles, there is a very big chance that something is going to give, and you don't want your current accomplishments to be the one to give. So you can expect to have a really, really, or to do really, really good job that will not going to be left unnoticed. All right, next, Libra. The sign in which the season is kind of like going or being, the sign through which the sun is going to transit, the sign of the season. All right, first one, Four of Cups. The Star. Queen of Swords. Give me a minute. So in this season, you will be very happy with how things are turning out for you. Quite satisfied with how your love life is going on. Quite satisfied as well with how your job is turning over, or your business as well. And definitely, this is going to be a season in which you're going to collect the fruits of your labor. And at least for the time being, you're welcome, Perfect Dark. At least for the time being, they are going to be enough. But what is going to be important for you to recognize is that these fruits of your labor are going to be finite, not infinite. And thus, you got to start thinking about where you can get more from. I mean, more fruits of your labor, more fruits or more labor, so to speak. I don't know how to explain it. So, what happens here is that the main subject of this season for you, Libra, isn't going to be whether you will be able, whether you are going to be successful and happy or not. You are going to be successful and you are going to be happy. The main subject is going to be what can prolong this success and this happiness and the search for it. Okay, so there are going to be opportunities around you, but because the star card is next to the Four of Cups, this means that neither of these opportunities is going to be perfect. Kind of like opportunities to go for more. Neither of them is going to be perfect. There is always going to be something that you dislike about these opportunities. And I guess, you know, that's going to be the time where you just have to break something in yourself in order to take one or the other. But taking an opportunity within these 4 weeks definitely is going to overflow, figuratively speaking, here, the basket that you are carrying the fruits of your labor. Another thing that it is important is that there are people which are going to be withholding information from you. Okay, we can see that with the Queen of Swords to the Four of Cups. People that know stuff which are details, not something crucial, not something vital, not something essential, but important. An important detail that is withheld from you, and that way you're just gonna have a harder time than you need to have. So just, you know, have it with a grain of salt, that there is always something more to it, regardless whether you're seeing it or you don't. Because again, there will be a person, always there will be a person around you that knows more about the situation than you do. All right, next one, Scorpio. Two of Wands, the Star, the Hermit. It's hard to believe it, but you better do, because that will be the season where things are just kind of like improving and going on. Quite difficult to explain it with these cards. But basically, what they're talking about are recent, so to speak, efforts that have bore a at least initial accomplishments. So that is about a thing that you, Scorpio, have recently started, and there are a fairly good accomplishments that are based on your start, which were probably a bit of a problematic start, because because the star card is next to the Two of Wands. And this is going to be the season where the problems are going to vanish. They will no longer going to plague your enterprise. Hello, Jasmine. And this abolishment of predicaments and problems will give a promise that this enterprise is gonna be for a long term to stay. So just to give you an example here, Scorpio, and to myself as well, because I am Sun in Scorpio. Say you start dating recently, and while that date is a good accomplishment for you, the date doesn't go without any issues, whether through lack of understanding, okay, whether through lack of what is the word here? Not compromise, but acceptance, so to speak. Well, also boils down to compromise. In these 4 weeks, these predicaments that you don't understand each other, that you don't want to make compromise with each other, are going to go away. And this will make that relationship to become, or to dive deeper and deeper, and the love to unfold itself. Another example with a business, say you started a business venture recently. It doesn't have to be a brand new business. Maybe you launched a new product, and while the launch was plagued with certain predicaments and certain problems, it produced results. Basically, it was accomplishment on its own. And these problems and predicaments with the launch are no longer plaguing the product. So now that product can go even wider and can be sold on even more markets and on a bigger price, and it just is going to be a product that is going to sell for a very, very long time. So you have chosen wisely and correctly to handle the right thing for you, Scorpio. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jasmine. Once I'm done with the star signs, you are going to have your personalized reading on the transit. All right. Next, Sagittarius. Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Queen of Wands. All right, so this will be the season in which you Sagittarius are going to have a promise that things are going to get very, very well and very good in the future. Okay, like a promise that there is a very positive change which is looming, say on your life or on a specific enterprise in your life, which you are very attached to, you are very into. So that isn't about a subject that it's whatever for you. It isn't about a subject that doesn't matter. In fact, it is the thing of that, at least for now, it matters the most for you. Maybe your marriage, you know, it may be your business, whatever the case. And this promise is gonna make you change positions, because certain details that are quite annoying, that are quite aggravating currently, they will no longer gonna be relevant. So you can change, for example, from aggressive into a passive position, or from defensive into an aggressive attacking position, and for example aggressively start selling a product, just for example here. And this promise is going to come from the collective, like other people which are involved. Basically, for example, a big investor is going to share your vision, or just people are going to like what you're saying or how you're presenting yourself, and so on and so forth. Certain people that matters. And that will give you the promise that things are going to go very, very well for as long as you are attending to the overview rather than being stuck with the irritating details. And because this kind of like change will be seen not just only from you, or rather like a looming change will be seen not just only from you, but from everyone, there are going to be very jealous people that are going to try to steer you away from the right path of capitalizing on this very positive change again that is looming on the horizon for you. And these people are marked by the Queen of Wands next to the page of Cups here, which people are going to try to tell you what to do. They're going to present themselves as someone who is very successful, that they know what they're doing, and you have to do the same thing, which is going to be very bad for business, is going to be very bad for love, is going to be very bad for you in general. Don't allow anyone to tell you what to do. Just follow your heart. It's very important. Follow your heart, and should there be people that doesn't share your opinion, they're telling you that you are out of your mind if you are planning to do things that way and you should do them this way, tell these people to go away. Okay, next, Capricorn. Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands. You're going to be put at ease. So in this season, things are going to wrap up for you. And, well, it's quite difficult to explain it. And I'm sorry, English is just not my native. So I'm trying to find the best words here. And I'm going to give an example to make my point across. Say you had developed a business model. Okay, you have developed a business model, and with that business model, you have applied in a bank for a business loan in order to launch that model. And that will be the season in which you will be settled. Like, the bank will agree and will give you what you need to apply that business model. So basically, your mind will be put at ease that things are going to work out on what you are trying to develop, whether a very successful business or whether a very nice, committed, and harmonious relationship. You're just going to be announced, or not announced, but notified that things are going to work out. Okay, that this person is going to go out with you, they want to explore possibility with you, or the bank is going to give you a business loan, it's going to give you mortgage, and so on and so forth. And this will create conflicts in between you and the type of people or a specific person that is marked with the Page of Wands. So these are people who are very entitled, and if they think that it is always about them, they have to be the first to acquire, they have to be the first to experience, they have to be the first to try, and they aren't. You are. And above everything else, they will have that feeling that they have been betrayed, that they're simply going to be, that they are left out in the cold. And that is not true. It is just, you know, you are chasing your prosperity, you are chasing your wealth. So don't allow yourself to be guilt tripped into abandoning what will put your mind at ease, that things are going to work out. So what will happen is that once you are once it is confirmed that, for example, you're going to get the mortgage or the business loan, or that client is going to place a purchase order in your business and so on and so forth, that area of your life, either all of a sudden or slowly progressively, is going to increase its worth and is going to be worth developing. The business is going to be worth developing, the relationship is going to be worth developing, and so on and so forth. And you will be very happy. Not to mention that you will face, at least at first, you will face no problems whatsoever. It's just no aggravating circumstances, nasty people to handle, and lack of funds, lack of skill, and so on. It's just everything is going to run very, very smooth. All right, next, Aquarius. The Emperor, Page of Cups, King of Pentacles. So you will learn firsthand, Aquarius, that some people you are acquainted with, they do lack balls. Because some kind of a mutual endeavor which not just only you, but say half of your social circle is involved in, or half of your colleagues are involved in, will get very, very serious. And I mean tenfold serious. And people are going to bail out. They will no longer going to be as eager as they were at the start to go through with it. It's like, and that is a very often situation these days, you know, when people are very aggressive when it comes to Facebook and agitating, right? Kind of like cheering out for, say, that we need to make a protest, that we need to do that, you need to do this. And when there is a one person who is very brave and tries to organize it, just no one shows up. And then that's what we have for you. In the situation when the knife hits the bone, that is an expression in my country, okay? And it's when there is nowhere else to go but just to do the thing. Unfortunately, you're going to find yourself almost alone, if not entirely alone. Not to mention that a promised help, it's not like it's not going to come around, but it's going to be less than expected. And someone is not going to do their job. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say here is that if you want to do something, or if you do want to accomplish something, you got to accomplish it by yourself, relying on literally no one else. But you will be able to pull it through. It will cost you a lot. Like Thanos said, it cost me everything. It will cost your time. It will cost, I don't want to say your humanity, but say your kindness as well, because for the most part, you will have to be a tyrant if you want to see things through. You will basically need to be the one with iron glove that it is squeezing everything and milk it for all it's got. And you will have to be the one to control everything and everyone. And to top it all off, every shown weakness is going to be used against you, so you better not show none. Okay? You may be sad, you may be despaired, you may be stressed, you may be depressed. You show none of it. You need to be always, at least seemingly, under control, and that you have it under control. It's kind of like you got it in the bag, and that way nothing will stand a chance against you, or nothing will stand a chance against you. Not a challenge, not a person. And last but not least, from the star signs, that will be Pisces. So for Aquarius, really rough season here, because you gotta be the father, you gotta be the mother, right? And you gotta give it all if you want to see things through. The Chariot, the Fool, that's actually really good. Nine of Cups. So it's a literal reversal. That will be the season in which, on the verge on giving up, you're actually gonna be able to make a score. Like on the verge of giving up, looking for that kind of a job, you will be able to score that kind of a job. On the verge of giving up, trying to date that guy or a woman, you are going to start dating that guy and that woman. So basically, you are going to beat the odds on the verge of you abandoning the idea to beat the odds. And that will make you very happy. Okay, that is going to make you feel the sensual joy and fullness of life that one is expected to feel from such a accomplishment, for such a triumph. You're going to be very brave of yourself, and you will feel like you don't need anything or anyone else right now at this given moment. One caveat here, though, don't take it for granted. It's very easy to beguile yourself that just because you had to overcome the overwhelming odds, that accomplishment will be there to stay. The accomplishment will require a constant maintenance. So from a short-term happiness to become a long-term one, a maintenance that you are going to be fully capable of exerting. But it was a good thing that you have delayed, changing perspective and kind of like starting something new, because on the verge of collapse and on the verge of defeat, you actually are going to take the upper hand, or get the upper hand rather, make a reversal and triumph against all odds. Okay, so that was Pisces. And now the super chat. Anyone who donated and is about to donate to the channel through either super chat or PayPal, which link you can find in the description down below, is about to have a reading in about a couple of minutes. I just will need a couple of minutes to catch my breath, kind of like get my other cards, which are for personal readings. Oh, everyone who donates 20 or above gets a Lenormand. I'm just not showing it. I'm showing it to Taco because he explicitly wants to. I just don't show it to everyone because Jasmine, throughout the years you following me, you know that this system ain't something you just joke around with or play around with, and people got tendency to do that. But everyone gets a Lenormand. Thank you for another 20. For the other 20, you're gonna get 2 additional Lenormand draws. Okay, give me your other question. All right. I can't tell you for certain here, Jasmine. What can I tell you is whether you are strongly considered or not. Oh, I'm sorry for the yawn. It's 4 a.m. here. It was a long day. All right. Um, First one, that will be Yasmin. You know, Jasmine, I can judge from the cards whether if you are considered very strongly, and I can straight away tell you either yes or no, but it's gonna be a lie. You know, if you can't answer, you can't answer. I mean, I don't know why other interpreters are taking on such a route. I would say it's not even a responsibility because they don't bear the responsibility of that. Because there is not a single card that says yes or no. You just judged based on the rephrased question, because I can rephrase the question in many ways. I can rephrase it whether you're going to have a kind of a development you're going to have at work. And so, for example, if it comes something like Nine of Pentacles, then I would tell you that you're going to get the promotion, or many people would tell you that you're going to get the promotion, which in fact speaks for a major development, okay, at work, but it doesn't say promotion specifically. That development could come in many different ways, you know. All right, Yasmin, those are your cards. And these gold foil, they stand much better in front of camera than the other gold foil. The reason is that they don't have a relief over them. You know, they aren't kind of like they're flat on top. They don't have features, I would say, on the material itself. All right, Yasmin. Mm, Personally, for you, uh, this season will be very pleasant. So, again, personally, for you, the stuff that you're gonna have to handle, like chores, responsibilities, personal projects, even people that you're gonna end up being introduced to, are gonna give you a lot of pleasure. You're gonna like every single task, every single chore, even, you know, and every single personal endeavor to be a part of. So throughout this season, it's highly unlikely that there are going to be subjects which you are going to dislike being a part of personally. Uh, but this state of yours is going to be disliked by a person that is close to you because they're going to have a different idea or rather like a different suggestion about the activities throughout the season. Like, for example, you may love to stay at home while, you know, your boyfriend may like to travel in these 4 weeks. And this will create unpleasantries. You know, this will create kind of like, say, unpleasant experiences. And this is just, for example, it may not be your boyfriend, okay? It may be someone else, but it's definitely related to your house, to your home. Maybe your landlord, because you may have a different idea on, you know, how things are to result in between you two. Could be that you may decide to get a new home or rent a new place, and you may have a different preferences, you and your spouse. You may like one place, he may like another, and kind of like a bit of a conflict. And the thing is, with that Seven of Wands, um, the person that you're gonna have this disagreement or a conflict with will try to pull some strings on you. Like, for example, to guilt trip you to call in a favor, um, and so on and so forth, which is going to be like a hit beneath the waist. And you will not gonna like it, not one bit. So if you can avoid that confrontation, you can't avoid it, but if you can diminish it and not pay attention to it, that's going to be the best. So focus on yourself. That's going to be the best thing you can do in these 4 weeks. Okay, next, Taco. And also, I'm sending you an email right now because what the last version of interpretation can be is not for YouTube. Hold on a second. I'm sending you an email right now. Done. Yes, you are on, Taco. So let's see your reading. Those are your Lenormand cards. And right away, if you and your wife are planning for children, that's going to be the season, mate. If you don't want any children, you make sure you wrap it up, right? You just make sure that you do wrap it up. Otherwise, these cards are saying that a very immature woman is going to enter your life and is going to be there to stay. Okay? So let's see what is going to come out of it. Well, you aren't... Well, you can never be 100% certain. So this is... Oh, no, not to you, to Yasmin. I sent email to Yasmin because there was something I had to say which wasn't for YouTube. There is no need for an email yet, at least to you. So there is that immature partnership here in between these two cards, Six of Swords and Two of Cups. So what that is that there is going to be a woman that will ask you to do something which she alone will not gonna be okay of doing. Okay, like no different to ask you to go out someplace and to retrieve something for her, and when you think about it and say, you know, wait a minute, why don't you go there and take it for yourself? She will say, you know, I'm just, you know, I don't have the time, I hate traveling and whatnot. But actually the reason is going to be because, you know, she can make you do it, so why does she has to bother? These cards are saying that you should ask a very good compensation for your services because you can receive one. You just can receive one. That is a woman who does not value, say, money, does not value position. I mean, does not have a proper value. Okay, and you can definitely extract a lot from her, which, at least according to these cards, will allow you to make a quite of a nice and productive steps forward. But you can't really rely on this partnership with that woman to bear any long-term fruits. You can just use her as a milestone, but she will be for a very long time part of your life, or part of your life, you know. Well, you may have not met her yet. Okay. For example, a week from now, your wife may come home with a new girlfriend of ours, and she will tell you, well, she doesn't have anywhere to stay, so she will stay with us for undisclosed amount of time. And there you go. Okay. So I don't think that you have met her yet, because again, that is a woman that it is yet to become a very long-term part of your life. How big of a part? Not that big, but still it will play. It could be, yeah, but in that case, but if it is your attorney or immigration officer, they're going to annoy the shit out of you, man. I mean, that is a person who is a very unstable when it comes to mood, when it comes to behavior, and I don't think it's an attorney, because that type of people, they don't have the mind. They're like children, okay? But you can use her. You can use her to your ends, and frankly, you should do so. All right, next, MT. With the question, what do I need to know? Or maybe her sister will become that inseparable part of your life. Thank you, Taco. Happy one to you too. Have you been to the mountains? As you have mentioned that you are gonna go there. Oh, that's great. Hopefully it gets better and better for you too, as well. Five of Cups, MT. Eight of Wands. Page of Pentacles. This is a season of payments. I just can't determine whether you're gonna make those payments or they are going to be made to you. It's like paying for services that is gonna feel way too expensive, at least at first, okay? And paying for these services will kind of like make you hate yourself. I don't know how to put it into words here, MT, but it is like at some point you, when you make your research on others that are providing those services, you're going to see those other people or other companies providing them for far less than what you have paid. And you may end up hating yourself that you have rushed into paying for these services to that particular company. But what you know is that the others are very close to scam, because yes, they are offering these services, and the services they're doing are bare bones. It's a miracle that they actually can work sometimes, right? So while it's going to feel like you have overpaid, in reality, these services that you're going to pay for and that you had paid for are going to produce the desired results, and they're going to bring back the worth of the money you paid for these services. Okay, so literally you have chosen right whom to trust to do the job for you. That is what you need to know. Oh, okay. Because I'm expecting some pictures that you told that you're gonna send me. Jen, thank you for the $8.08. Yes, you are correct. It went through yesterday or the day beforehand. And yeah, it was a random review. Thank you for the $8.88. Thank you, Jen. I'm gonna put you into the list. Okay, next, Jasmine. Yes, very well could be a bonus from the bank. It very well could be a bonus from the bank. All right, Jasmine. Let's see what the season is going to be for you. Right away, you very well may take the promotion, may get the promotion from the very first cards which I drew. Those are the cards. So they show that this is going to be a season of rewards and expectations with merit. 3 of Wands to the 6 of Wands is when you get rewarded for the repetitive patterns that you have done up until this point, and you are rewarded with something more challenging. So that is a definition for promotion. But what you need to know it is that this is going to take away from a lot of your freedom at work. Okay, so there is going to be a new criteria and a new code of conduct that you will need to live up to and abide by. I'm sorry, by. and it will feel stagnant at first. It will feel like, you know, the whole life of your job is kind of sucked away. An old friend of yours may end up being in town and connect with you, which will be a bit of a problem for you, because it doesn't look like that you at least accept that you have ended things on the right foot, but rather on the wrong one. So there will be a bit of a confusion, you know, why that person is trying to make contact with you again. The cards are suggesting you to give the man or the woman a chance. But let's see more closely about the promotion, whether you are considered or not. But even if it is not a promotion, this is going to be a season of rewards and recognition as well. Because there may be an offer for a new job, a monetary bonus, okay, or just a reward with more clients, more tough clients that are bringing more revenue and therefore bigger salary. Those are the cards. Yes, you are strongly considered. But here is the thing. This promotion is meant for someone else, or at least was entitled to someone else. It's like, you know, one person of the management likes that one that you're working with, and they are putting on their own behalf, you know, that person for a promotion, but you are applying in the same time, and when reviewed on paper, you are the better candidate. And there is a very big chance for you to get it. But this one from the management is gonna make sure to make your life hell if you get the promotion. And that's why in the previous reading, you're gonna lose a lot of your freedom there. It's just cumulatively from the two readings, if you have watched Suits, what happened when Louis Litt found out that Mike isn't a lawyer? It buried him under a mountain of shit, of a useless cases that goes nowhere, you know, and he had to work like 15 to 17 hours a day just to get by. So yeah, that will be very close to what will happen if you get the promotion, at least according to my cards. This one from the management is gonna bury you with useless work just to make a point that, you know, that you are not fit for the job. You can prove him wrong or her wrong, but it's gonna take a lot from you. So I don't know if this getting that promotion is a blessing or affliction. Well, that's the thing, Jasmine. We don't know for how long this is going to be. Okay. So that's why one should use the cards for just to get, you know, an awareness, but the tarot should not be the main reason why they're choosing one thing over another, because that's the thing about the future. Okay, through these tools like astrology, numerology, crystal balls, if you will, pendulums, tarot, Lenormand, you get to know the future, but you never get to understand it. Okay, even dream walking, because you may not know, but I have experienced dream walking before. uh, I knew and I still know a technique that I can make myself dream the future. I haven't done it in decades, and it works. And yes, you see yourself in the future, but you just can't understand how this is going to happen, you know? And believe me, it happens in the most unexpected way. So the way you expect the least to happen, it's exactly how it's going to happen. So yeah, you don't get to understand what is going to, why this is taking place or how this is taking place. Now imagine if you take the promotion, that person buries you under, like I said, a mountain of shit, but someone else likes you so much in how you work that actually fires that person and rewards you even more. Okay, because that also could be a possibility. We don't know how this promotion is going to take off until you get it. Because what tarot does is to connect the present with the past. That promotion doesn't have a present. We can only see so far until you get it and why you are going to get it and what is going to be the consequences of it. But how it's going to develop, well, you just first have to get it. Okay. Next, news Devon. So you want to know what's coming your way? That is going to be a Lenormand draw. So let's have a look. You're welcome. Those are your cards. News Devon. A coworker is gonna start making troubles for you. I mean, the work in between you and them will become worse and worse, harder and harder. Um, I don't know what's going to be the reason, but basically their involvement is going to delay development for you. So a worsening into a working conditions when it comes to a colleague of yours, it is what is coming your way for the season. And last but not least, that will be Jennifer. So let me take a look at your inquiry. All right. Hello, Maximiliano. Uh, Only the patrons. So if you donate, you can ask. Give me a minute. Here, Jen. Those are your cards. Very powerful. The devil and the sun. Oh, I'm sorry for the yawn. So what they want you to know, what they want to tell you, is that not everything you want is going to end up being positive for you. Okay, not everything you want is actually what you need. And how you can recognize what is good for you or not. Okay, because what we're talking about is or what they are talking about are subjects which you want, and if you get them, is going to be the only reason you get them is to realize that you actually don't need them. Okay, so how can you make the difference before it's too late? According to them, is if something, how can I put it into words, um, if it comes hard, if you have to actually um, what is the expression here, um, get out of your way in order to get one thing or another, then it's not worth it. If you have to put yourself through misery and you have to put yourself through unhappiness in order to get something that you may think is going to make you happy, it's not going to make you happy. It's not worth it. What is going to make you happy and what is going to fulfill your yearnings are stuff and people that go along natural to you. You don't have to kind of like struggle. You don't have to go out of your way. You don't have to figure out stuff. You just know what you got to do, and you know how to get along with. That is what you need to know. So stop going for stuff that just doesn't want to be part of your life. That is their tell. Right, so that's gonna do it for tonight, guys and girls. Hopefully you do enjoy the show, and resistance and resistance. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, next time there is a quite of a big gap again without any transits. In fact, all the way up until 6th. In 6 days. So next time, definitely there is going to be what we need to know. At the 28th, probably we're gonna have monthly for the month of October. Then I'm gonna see. Then we do have on the 6th. Actually, we do have two things on the 6th. So after that, probably I'm gonna do Mercury in Scorpio and then full moon in Aries. But we're gonna see. What is the previous question? That is the only question I can see here with your inquiry. This, according to my cards, that is what they have to tell you. if you mean from the last live stream, I did you the reading there. It was, oh yeah, I did you the reading last live stream. So you can watch it again and go to the end. I think that your reading was the last one. I did you the reading back then on the 18th. That wasn't how it was phrased. You asked whether everyone has it, I believe. Yeah. Does everyone has a similar being with them but are unaware? That was the exact question, and I put an answer at the last live stream. So go back to it and watch the end where it is your answer. Hold on a second. There was no other one. Or at least I didn't get another one. Hold on a second, let me check. You're right. I'm in the wrongs here. You do have another question. So hold on a second. I'm gonna do a reading right now. You're right. My apologies, Jen. Um, does this? Okay. Yeah, I was never notified. So I had to actually go into my account now and have a closer look. Those are the cards. And no, it doesn't. Their recommendation is to find someone to talk to. Suggestions, a there is a difference in between psychiatrist and psychotherapist, right? I mean, one of them, it is just someone that you talk to, and the other one, it is like actual doctor that is dealing with people with mental illnesses. With the other one, like someone that knows philosophy and psychology, and it is kind of like you just talk with them, okay, and through them, it's just about a conversation, okay? It's not about you going through therapy or anything like that. It's a conversation that, at least according to these cards, Jen, is going to give you an idea how to solve that situation. Okay, it will be a strategy how to solve that that situation. Because no, it doesn't. It's just, you know, you have wrapped it around your finger in certain way, and it is what you maybe believe in or you want to believe in, and that is not true. So it's, I'm sorry of saying it, but this conversation is going to be like you washing yourself with a cold water and being brought down to the surface of the earth, so to speak. You know, is going to ground you, and you will find you alone are going to come up to a rational conclusions about one thing or another. So you're going to see that you are the only blacksmith of your faith and your reality as well. So that is what you can do to kind of like speed up the process, but you also are capable to reach these conclusions by yourself as well. But if you go down that road of a self-sustenance, then it will require from you to seek for new experiences, like stuff that under normal circumstances you wouldn't put yourself through. But when you start putting yourself through stuff and experiences that, you know, you are either indifferent or you don't like, you're going to start seeing the world in a different way, and therefore come up to a different conclusions. Right, so yeah, this is going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we're going to see each other next time. Till then, bye.